Hi, welcome to Leslie's How to Pool. In this video, we're going to walk you through how to do the important pool maintenance task of changing out pool filter sand. Depending on the type of filter sand or sand alternative used, most pool owners should plan to change out their sand filter media about every 3 to 5 years. If you notice your filter isn't working as efficiently as it used to, or if you're having to backwash the filter more and more frequently, it's probably time to replace the filter media. Old, worn-out filter sand can clump together or create channels within the tank, greatly reducing its filtration ability. To change out your pool filter sand, you'll need a flathead and Phillips screwdriver for removing a filter clamp, or a strap wrench or dome or lid tool if dealing with threaded filter domes or lids. A handsaw if you have a top-mount multi-port valve not plumbed with union connections. A rubber plug, sock, plastic bag, or duct tape to cover the standpipe inside the filter tank. A wet-dry shop vac and/or small scoop, one small tarp to hold the old filter sand, a few 5-gallon buckets to transport the old filter sand, a garden hose with spray nozzle, a new gasket and O-ring kit for the filter valve or lid if needed, a tube of Teflon or silicone-based pool lube, and of course, replacement filter sand or alternative filter media. Number 20 grade silica sand is one of the least costly options, but it also offers the least efficient filtration ability of 20 to 40 microns, and it only lasts about 3 to 5 years. However, if you upgrade to an alternative media type, such as zeolite sand, which we'll be using in this video, you'll enjoy better filtration and you won't have to replace it as often. The zeolite can remove debris as small as 2 to 5 microns and lasts 4 to 6 years. Although it's more costly than sand, you'll only need about half as much. For example, 50 pounds of zeolite is equivalent to about 100 pounds of silica sand. Once you've gathered everything you'll need, start the process by backwashing, then turning off your pool pump. As a safety precaution, it's always a good idea to flip the switch on the breaker panel to prevent the pump from accidentally turning on while you're working. Open up the air relief valve on the filter to release pressure on the system and allow most of the water inside the tank to return to the pool. Then, remove the drain plug cap near the bottom of the filter tank to empty any remaining water and get rid of the extra weight. Next, remove the filter valve or lid from the top of the tank. This step will vary slightly depending on your particular filter setup, but the most important thing here is to gain access to the filter internals. If you have a top-mount filter valve, but it doesn't have unions installed for easy removal, you'll need a handsaw to cut the PVC pipe. Be careful when removing a top-mount multi-port valve so you don't accidentally damage the internal components within the tank. Make sure to cover the end of the standpipe with a sock, duct tape, rubber plug, or plastic bag to keep sand from falling down into the pipe. If your sand filter has a side-mount valve like this one, remove the top lid or dome on the filter. You should see the diffuser and air relief tube near the opening. Remove and clean the screen filter on the end of the air relief tube and clean the tip. Blow through the tube to get rid of any obstructions, then reinstall the screen. Carefully move the diffuser off to the side to clear the tank opening. Now, you're ready to take out the old filter sand. If you'll be reaching your arm down inside the tank, wear a long sleeve shirt or place a towel around the opening so you don't get fiberglass splinters. You can use a small cup or scoop to remove it by hand, or you can use a wet-dry shop vac. Dump the old sand onto a nearby tarp or place the sand in 5-gallon buckets. To make it easier on yourself, it will help to remember that sand triples its weight when wet. Finish up by rinsing down the inside of the filter tank to help remove any last bits of sand stuck to the walls or filter components. Now that the filter is empty, it's the perfect time to look over the internal components. If any of the laterals are cracked, bent, or broken, now's the time to replace them. The laterals are somewhat fragile and can break easily, so be very careful when emptying the old sand or if you need to remove the internal assembly. The laterals on a top-mount filter often fold up so you can easily remove the entire standpipe assembly, but the laterals on a side-mount filter may need to be removed individually. Check the drain plug O-ring for cracks or wear and replace it if needed. Lubricate the O-ring before reinstalling the drain plug, and then you'll be ready to add new filter media. Before you start, make sure the internal assembly is in the right place. Attempting to move it after you've covered the laterals with sand can damage them. We suggest filling the tank about half full of water first to help protect the laterals from uneven media weight. Start by using a cup or small scoop to carefully ladle the new filter media around the laterals. Once a proper sand bed is established and the laterals are protected, carefully pour the bags of new sand into the filter tank. If using dry number 20 grade silica sand, we strongly recommend wearing an N95 mask to protect your lungs while moving the new sand into the tank. Once the right amount of sand is in the tank, Finish up by reinstalling the lid, dome, or top mount valve. It's a good idea to lubricate the O-rings or gaskets on the pump lid and filter and replace them if deformed or damaged. Wipe off any sand stuck to the tank opening to ensure a tight seal. Before sealing up the tank, remember to first remove the temporary standpipe covering or move the diffuser and air vent tube back into place. If you had to cut any plumbing, now's the perfect opportunity to replumb the multi-port valve with a threaded union kit for easier removal next time. You're almost done. You'll finish up by setting your filter's push-pull slide valve or multi-port valve to the backwash position. With the filter's air relief valve open, prime the pump, turn the power back on while standing away from the filter, and backwash according to filter media instructions. Once a steady stream of water leaves the air relief valve, you can close it. You'll lose water while backwashing the filter, so we suggest overfilling your pool a little beforehand to make up for the loss. After the backwash cycle is complete, if you have a multi-port valve, shut the system off again. Set the valve handle to rinse, turn the pump back on, and let the system run for 30 to 60 seconds. Then shut the pump off again and set the push-pull slide valve or multi-port valve to the usual filter position. Open the air relief valve again, turn the system on once more, and close the air relief valve once all the air escapes and a steady stream of water squirts out. Your pool filter is now ready to get to work. Let the system run for at least an hour, then check it over for leaks and other issues. This process might seem a little overwhelming at first, but don't worry. The experts at your local Leslie's are here to help. We can help you find replacement parts, new sand media, and any other supplies you need to do it yourself. Or, if you want some help, our certified service technicians will be happy to do it for you. For more pool care help, check out our resource center linked in the video description. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more helpful pool tips.